Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? So today's video is, will 5th edition's Planescape be a letdown? And the short answer is yes. Thank you for stopping by. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you later. Okay, so the reason why I said yes is they have a history so far of like messing this up. And I'm starting off with Ravenloft. So many people like myself were just ripping Ravenloft up is because it just seemed like it was just like, here you go, here's Ravenloft. We gave you Curse of Strahd, which is amazing. So for those new DMs, if you get a couple of other adventures under your belt first if you want to run this. And I would definitely, you don't have to, but Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft should help you fill in some gaps, and there's all kinds of other videos and tips. But one of my main gripes was this: not that it came in a book and it didn't come in a box set, which, as you can see over here, I like these box sets. Um, and I'm gonna go into it why with Ravenloft is that it was just so bland. Like all the villains that they have, or the lords of the realm or their own realm, they just had stats. They just had monster stats, barely any abilities. Barely gave you pictures of most of them. At least with here with Ravenloft, the Who's Doomed of Ravenloft. Aslan actually got him in my current campaign of Curse of Strahd. One of the player characters is actually an agent of Aslan who kind of knows about it but doesn't directly know, kind of like some hints and stuff. So I've been talking about his background. He brought up that he wanted to play a necromancer, and so I decided to throw Aslan. I always want the lion from Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, Aslan. So this is a pretty cool lich. I want to do a video on him pretty soon, on top of everything else I gotta do. But see, so they gave you pictures, they give you like all these cool things. Now, this only had like I don't know, like 140 pages, give or take. And with the Ravenloft, you do get more. But what was kind of disappointing is that you don't get these kind of supplements. There's Aslan's castle. Here's Strahd's castle. And so while Curse of Strahd really fleshed this out, which was cool, I'll give you a monastery. I'm not going to go through them all because there's like 24 of them. But these type of supplements here were really cool. And they just helped like new DMs or just DMs in general able to flesh out whatever realm they were in Ravenloft. Give you monster and military militias. I like that picture. Hey, look at this art, people. And of course, here's the cover. They gave you a grid. For all these maps. So at one point when I get back together with my boy Eric, because he's in Vegas and I'm over here in Southern California, and our schedules are always conflicting, we will do a like box review of Ravenloft and why it's so cool. But I mean, this is what made Ravenloft great. This is what made all these box sets so great. Is that you got all these supplements, And this is another reason why I'm disappointed in what was it, the Isle of Dragons or whatever that was, Stormbreak Isle. Oh, I don't even want to get on that rant. So they don't give you all these like little maps and other things. Like if that's supposed to be a upgrade for new DMs, and they're like, we want to keep it simple. But if you give them maps and all these other little supplement tools right here, it will help them improve their game. All right, people, hold on. Okay, now I clean that up. Here we go, Spelljammers. So we were really disappointed with Ravenloft, and it's not just myself; it's a lot of old school players and like 5e players who were looking for something to like add on to their Curse of Strahd, like to really delve in to Ravenloft, and even they were like, "Man, what the hell's going on?" So next that came out, which is probably like one of the biggest disappointments, is Spelljammers. So you actually get more pages into the Spelljammers Adventure in Space. But once again, look, you get 4 maps, you get full color stock sheets. These are all the ships. You get stand-up pieces and maps, and more important, you get the combat for like ship battles in space. They didn't give you that here. They didn't give you that at all. Now, what did they do right? Well, they give you a DM screen, so that was cool. I was like, all right. And they gave you some unique rules for Spelljammers in 5e. Okay, bravo. They give us an adventure guide, and that's the rules without any of the ship combat, which I'm kind of like, why? But okay. They gave us the Booze Astral. God, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that word. I'm not even gonna try. You know what I'm trying to say, people. Sorry, I have like besides the lisp, a speech impediment. So every now and then I'll just get tripped up on a word, and sometimes I'll try to pronounce it if I think I know it, and then other times just like right now. But this was cool because it had its all the beasts in there, and then they gave you an adventure, which the original they didn't. But they missed the ball. I mean, they dropped the ball because they didn't give us what you needed the most, which was ship combat. So I was like, okay, I gotta go back to the original Spelljammers and try to convert that all into 5e. Cool. I mean, I shouldn't have to do that, especially since I bought this, but whatever. Okay, so now, Ravenloft, slight disappointment, but Spelljammers, major disappointment. And it's not just me, it's just not my opinion, but it's so many like YouTube content creators. If you just go on there, they're just blasting this because it was stupid. And so you can probably get this even for a good price now on Amazon. Probably, I don't know, $10 cheaper than what I paid for it. But, when it first came out, I was looking forward to it. So now, pause. So now this brings us up to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. I'm going to admit, I don't really know that much about Dragonlance. Never even read the books. I know Eric's shaking his head now. Go ahead, Eric, tell me to read the books in the comment. But I asked his opinion. I go, what did you think of this? Because I read the adventure in the back, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But as far as like getting new people into Dragonlance, did they do an okay job at least presenting like information and then giving you enough information to like play in that realm? And he said they passed the bar on that. So I was like, okay. So they kind of went up like this a little bit with Ravenloft, and then it kind of plateaued, and then Spelljammers, they went way down, and then they're kind of going up a little bit with Dragonlance. We're currently going to get back into doing video series, what we started with, and one of the first characters we're going to do is Lord Soth. I always want to say Sloth, but Lord Soth. And then we're going to break off into all the other characters to help you create your own Dragonlance campaign. So check it out. All right. Planescape coming out the end of the year. I was excited to hear about this, and then I'm looking at all this others that's come out before, and I'm just like, it's kind of like a real head scratcher here because I don't know for sure what they're gonna do with this. What made Planescape like really unique was the writing style, and I'm definitely going to be doing some videos. Whether Eric's going to be joining me or not on this one, I don't know. We're pretty tied up on a lot of other ones, but on the weeks that we can't get together, I do want to start diving more into Planescape because this set's going to be coming out, and I want to help new 5e players get into this system and to help them with the history and whatever they leave out, because they're probably going to leave out a lot. But, you know, here's the thing. When it comes to Planescape, you can't put that in one book. I mean, you barely got away with it with Ravenloft, but Planescape is just like there are box sets that I have. I think I'm missing the Law one that are just dedicated to the plane. So this one is just going to be the City of Dord, Sigil, and you're going to be learning about the Lady of Pain, whose real name is unknown, and it's kind of like they wanted to keep it that way for a reason. She's an all-powerful being, like even more powerful than most gods, and the gods have no power most of the time in her city. I say most of the time because there has been a few exceptions of gods coming in there wreaking havoc. But real quick, monster supplement, I expect that. Campaign setting, of course. And see, a player's guide to the planes. I will be doing a reading of this because this is what really got me into playing Planescapes a lot. I was just like, once I started reading that and how they and the art, I love the illustration that they do. A DM's Guide to the Planes, Sigil and Beyond, and then we know that they got some maps in there and other things, and so we'll probably get one map in there with the City of Doors and maybe another map if we're lucky. Hopefully it's a box set more like this so they can fit in more maps to help with each book. But yeah, I feel like Planescapes is a little bit overwhelming just to put in one book, and they're not going to support it with any other products. They haven't done anything with Spelljammers. Maybe we'll get something in. I know when it's no longer 6th edition or 1D&D. It's back to 5th edition, but I just don't see them supporting this stuff right here. I think this was a pitch to like help like get all the old players excited and to show the 5e generation and 4 that this is what the planes and the campaigns that we had back in the days, and they put a 5e twist, which I'm thankful for that. I mean, as much as I despise the company right now with all their like just money grabs and just being so greedy, I don't want to get in that soapbox. This is just more of a informational video that's about what to expect. And this is my opinion, and I think I'm just going to be let down, but hopefully there'll be some cool stuff in there that will be new. That's the most important thing, because if you're just going to rehash what's in all those books and not add to it, then there's probably going to be a lot of backlash. Well, there's probably going to be backlash. I mean, you can't please everybody, but I don't know. Here's my fingers crossed. I hope they do at least okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you just give me a 5, I'll just be like, it is what it is. But if you give me below that, it's like, I don't know if I think at that point I'll probably stop buying 5th edition products, because I don't need any more D&D products, to be truthful. I've been playing since 1st edition, and I have a little bit of third and a few things of fourth. What I thought they did well in fourth was the modules, but as far as 5e goes, I have some stuff like, 6, 7 modules along with all the core books and stuff like that. But none of the oh, I can't even think of it. Like none of the Magic the Gathering tie-in stuff. So, anyways, I just hope you guys are having a good weekend and spend some time with your mom. Mother's Day's coming up. Catch you later, people.